Hey everyone, look at this. I'm at the store getting books and I thought this was interesting. So this is really nice. They have this Batgirl Year One hardcover that just came out. I really love this cover. It's $34.99, all hardcover, real nice quality, right? And then they have this Infinity Gauntlet Deluxe Edition. Deluxe Edition? Deluxe Edition. But you can notice it's shorter dimensions. It's just a normal trade paperback. There's there's nothing. I mean, even the covers reused. They didn't even do like a splurge for a new cover or anything. Also, $34.99. $34.99. But then you have look this other DC soft cover trade paperback, twice as thick as Infinity Gauntlet, $19.99. This is the ripoff that Marvel is. They're exploiting you, ripping you off. Walk away from Marvel. Hashtag walk away from Marvel. Unbelievable. Hey everyone, you're watching Ash on Comics. It's Wednesday, new comic book day, so you know what that means. It's time for another In and Out Weekly Comics pull list. This one is number 8 for the year. Can you believe it's 8 weeks into the year already? That's February 20th. Totally not sponsored by In-N-Out Burger, but I wish it were. Man, that'd be so fantastic. I called it In-N-Out Burger because every week I get an In-N-Out Burger where I get my new comics. And I thought, you know what? Let's try to make this fast. It'll be the In-N-Out pull list, play on words. It never is, but it's supposed to incentivize me so I can get to my burger. This week, we got a list of new number ones. I write them down here because I don't buy Marvel comics. So I know a lot of you really want to make sure you get all these number ones. And Marvel knows it too, which is why they just constantly make number ones over and over. In fact, I don't think they've ever had a number 2 issue of Age of X-Men. It's just Age of X-Men, something else number 1, something else number 1, something else number 1. It's just, and that's the future of Marvel Comics. Eventually, all their comics will just be number 1 over and over and over and over and over and over. So stupid. Age of X-Men, The Amazing Nightcrawler. I thought it was... Oh, so it's not an X-Men book. It's about X-Men, but it's so stupid. Here's the cover of that book. And I was like, oh, I love Nightcrawler. And I was thinking, man, Amazing Nightcrawler, they even used the font for Amazing Spider-Man. Why didn't they do that famous Spider-Man pose that Todd McFarlane made famous for Amazing Spider-Man 300? That everyone rips off all the time. See Kurt in that exact pose, and instead of the webs around him, he's got the BAMF around him. That would be really cool. But that would be a creative idea. You can't have any of that at Marvel Comics. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Hulkverines, number 1. Oh boy. Look at this. Because it's Hulks and Wolverines together. Wasn't enough to have Weapon H. See, the problem with Weapon H was the numbers are going up. We need a new number 1. So we got to cancel Weapon H, and we'll just start it over again, and we'll call it Hulk number 1. So now you have a whole another number 1 thing to chase. Oh, Love Romances, number 1. I don't know about you, but the reason I stopped buying Marvel Comics is there wasn't enough comics like Love Romances. I mean, this is why I used to buy Marvel Comics and why Marvel Comics used to be the best. And they stopped doing this, but now, are they bringing this back? Are they going back to the Marvel way? Maybe I should start buying Marvel Comics again if it's going to be all love romances like this. I don't know. And then, oh my goodness, Wolverine Infinity Watch, number 1. Here's one of the covers. That looks just ugly and dumb. What the hell is this? Trying to be some sort of homage. So dumb. Here's another variant. Oh, look, it's like a scroll Wolverine. Where's the actual cover? Oh, I don't even have the actual cover to show you on this app for some reason, because even they think it's stupid. But it's Wolverine with the Infinity Gauntlet. Or it's the Infinity Gauntlet with Wolverine claws. Marvel went from having no Wolverine and replacing him with Da Women, the Womarines. And then they had to bring him back by popular demand because people just weren't having no Wolverine. That was the dumbest thing they ever did. And now that Wolverine's back, he's like everywhere. He's in Hulkverines. He's Wolverines. He's going to be in the new Avengers. Was it Dark Avengers? No. I forget what it's called. Savage Avengers. That's right. Savage Avengers with Conan. Wolverine. And then they should just give Wolverine a team-up book. Just do Marvel team-up with Wolverine and Conan. Now Wolverine's actually out in space. The Infinity Watch. Wolverine just everywhere. Just barf out Wolverine. But hey, it's number one. You got to get it. All right, enough of that. Sorry. I'm a huge Marvel. I used to be a huge Marvel fan. I love Marvel. I want them to be good. I love the Marvel Universe, but they have just shit the bed so profoundly that I have to make fun of them now. Starting with the unboxing this week. First thing we do before the comics, we see my burger. Did they deliver the goods? Oh, I always fold the napkin. That's not how they're supposed to do it. Oh, look at that bad boy. Not 100% like the picture, but really close. Got jostled around the car. Yeah. All right. Now the burger's put away. My comics. Now, this was a slow week this week. This is what I went to the store to get. Electric Warriors was actually from last week, so I had 5 things I was going to be pulling. And I wrote them down on a card because normally I just look these up on my phone, but I feel like just keeping this in my back pocket is way easier than like looking it up on my phone. So I just wrote these down. It's like weird how all this technology, and it's like harder to use the technology than just good old-fashioned pen and paper. So this is a sneak preview. Hey, what I was going to pull. And then I watched my boy Bats' pull list. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. This will make more sense. And I decided, well, it's a small pull list. I got to do more, right? So I got my Electric Warriors book that I missed last week. I'm looking forward to this. This is a fun story. It's kind of a futuristic space, not a space opera, but it's Flash Gordon-esque. It's like a space adventure. These characters off in the future. I really like that. Damage on the chopping block. I keep hearing this is being canceled. Say it isn't so. Robert Venditti. We need to petition. Keep this book. The New Age of Heroes needs to not die. This was the best thing that DC's done in a long time. This is a great thing. They didn't commit to it. It didn't die. They murdered it. As evidenced by the fact that their best book, in my opinion, which was Immortal Men, got canceled at issue 4 when it was the number 2 selling book of the New Age of Heroes. And Brimstone, which is the worst of the selling books, is still ongoing. So it had nothing to do with sales. Someone murdered this series, and I don't know who. But New Age of Heroes was good. Maybe not every title was for you. That's understandable. Not every title is going to be for everyone. But the concept of New Age of Heroes, pretty much, I would think there's at least one book in the line that you could find if you're a superhero comics fan. And it was really refreshing to see DC bring us stuff that's not their normal cut and paste characters. Also, Venditti. And then, oh, look at this. Look at this. I'll pull back here. I love this cover. This cover is fantastic. I'm a big fan of like graphic design and composition. So even if your art is, really stellar illustration, sometimes just a really nice graphic design will outweigh that to me, especially for a cover. I like covers like this, and then the inside can be your traditional comic art. All right, then we've got Justice League number 18. I don't really know what to say about this other than it's Justice League. And then, speaking of good covers, check this out from the new Nightwing 57. They got me to get on board with issue 51. I could never find issue 50. That's the start of the story arc. But I started getting on 51 just to see what the hubbub was all about so I could be part of the conversation. And it's kept me on board. I like what Lobdell's been doing. I think there's a few scams that DC's been pulling. Namely, they're trying to just find an excuse to change this guy's name to Rick Grayson, which is stupid and pointless. But I really like this idea of, like, let's mix up Nightwing. He's been a stale character forever. Let's add some changes. And I don't think the changes are harsh to his character at all. You know, some people are like, I don't like it. It's like, well, what? Why? Having a Nightwing book where there's like 4 other imitation Nightwings running around in his absence, and then he comes back and he kind of like pulls them together. Like, it doesn't change him as a character. But it makes the book different. If you know what I'm saying? Like, now it's not just him. All right. And then my comic book store was nice enough to get me these pre-order editions of EXO, which I would get anyway, but I love them for this. These pre-order editions are fantastic. Not only are they a limited edition cover, but they actually have additional content inside. And then Birthright 34. Birthright, Ash, you don't get Birthright. I do now. This is the latest issue. If you watch the Ash and Batch show, I think it was episode 4? Episode 4, we did Birthright. And I fell in love. Here's 33 was also, 35 is the newest issue. 34 was also on the stands. And this guy here, Williamson, Joshua Williamson, writes The Flash. I didn't know that because I buy The Flash and I don't read them because I buy them for my friend's daughter. And now I need to go read them. This man, I loved it. Go watch that episode, the playback of that stream that we did. It's going to spoil it for you. This book is so good. So, not just the writing was good, but the concept was good. And that's what got me, because it's one thing to have a good concept or have a really well-written book. But to put both together is a rare thing indeed. And then, so I got Birthright, and I went into back issue bins, and this is where my influence from my boy Bats came in. So I was like, I gotta get the Birthright. And so I went on eBay, and last week, I won an auction for issues 1 through 28 of Birthright for $15. $15 plus $15 shipping. So it's $30 for 28 issues. So about $1 an issue. Fan-freaking-tastic deal. I was like, I'm going to get this. So I just needed to get 29 and up. So I went to my comic book store, found 29. Oh, look, they had 30, 31, 32, and 33. And that catches me up on the back issues, combined with 34 and 35 that were on the new shelf. With 1 through 28 means I have the entire collection of Birthright when my auction comes in. They were 25 cents over, that focus in there, 25 cents over, whatever, the cover price. And I didn't realize Birthright was Skybound. All the Image books I buy are Skybound. And it's not necessarily like I'm like, choosing Skybound. I got into Oblivion Song first. And then because of their cool marketing, they did the Die, 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 which I fell in love with. And now I get Birthright. And so, yeah, it's just funny. I got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 issues for $4.25. It's like $20 for these 5 issues. Cost almost as much as buying 1 through 28. But that's the deals you can get when you buy bulk on eBay. People will sell lots, as in a lot, an auction lot of comics. So I was like, well, That's a relatively cheap investment for all these books, which I would have had to buy and trade anyway. And now this is an ongoing book. I don't like doing the miniseries. I was thinking like, well, Ash, why don't you do that with EXO? Because EXO is really, but EXO was a finite series. It's over. I don't like buying back issues of series that are over, if that makes sense. Like, I like collecting ongoing series and going to the shop every week and being like, oh, look, the new issue's out. And then adding it to my series and watching it slowly grow. And I'm happy to go fill in the holes on those for back issues. But if it's a series that was like, yeah, this is a 12-issue series 10 years ago, okay. Like, I don't have a desire to have it. Unless I already have like half the series, then I might try to fill it. But so this is a lesson, I think, to comic book publishers that they're forgetting the collector. And when I say collector, I'm not just talking about speculators. Collectors are like people like me that just want to not have holes in their collection. And if I'm buying your comic week after or month after month, I want to get it. But if your comic's over, I don't have any now incentive to go collect it. So don't do these whole reboot thing. Reboots are not new sign-on points. They're sign-off points. So that's what you have here. So I turned a small week into a huge week. What do you think is going to be the best? I don't know. I'm thinking... get out of here, Electric Warriors. For this week, only a few books qualify. Maybe it'll be Batman. Josh Williamson. Oh, see, same guy is writing. That's probably going to be EXO. Matt Kint's EXO is just ridiculously amazing. Like, yeah, I wish the guy did more superhero stuff. And look at this. I'm going to go back to this cover real quick. Look at this. I like how I was talking about design and composition. Look how he's standing on the statue, but look how the artist staged the shot so that the eagle's wings kind of come out his back almost as if they're his wings, like he's an angel. I thought that was really cool. All right, guys, thanks for watching this little abnormally long pull list video. It's supposed to be 10 minutes, 16 minutes, not too long. Hopefully you got some good content. You saw a good burger, made you hungry. Look, now I'll make you thirsty with my water. You're like, what? I don't care about water. I know. Hope you care about comics. Put your comments below. Let's talk some comics. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.